got the world record holder and the world champion in the race.
Of
You're
course,
a dangerous outsider.
I would have loved to have bib number one. No, but of course it's I'm not prepared. I'm a track runner, obviously, so focusing on the 1500, which is a very different from tomorrow's game. So it's gonna be exciting to see what's gonna happen, if how the pace feels. Just racing on the roads is not something that I've done too many times.
You did an interview with Rick Broadbent at the Times a couple of months ago where you said, I'm actually a half marathon runner physiologically, and every time I come down the distance I'm slightly worse. So slightly worse at 10k, slightly worse at 5k, 1500 is my worst distance. So is this your true distance that you've now found, do you think?
I don't think I've found it, but definitely in terms of our training, I've been training and running quite a lot of mileage for most of my life, and a lot of that is around half marathon pace and threshold. With that being said, there's a lot of work that goes into the preparations for a track season, and obviously I'm focusing on the 1500 meter most of the time, so it takes a lot of specific work to be able to handle that pace and to compete for a relatively long season in that event, which is definitely not the same as training for a half marathon.
We should explain, threshold is something that you've made enormously popular. They're calling it the Norwegian method, in part based on the fact that you operate for a lot of your training at your lactic turn point, a speed that you say you could maintain for an hour. What is that speed? What is that speed that you could maintain for an hour?
At least 21 kilometers per hour, but I think it varies on many different factors in a time of year. As I mentioned, of course, it's I do slightly less work at that area during the summer and more in the winter. But how that affects it, I'm not sure. But it's a challenge, and I'm excited to see what's preparing for and getting all my energy and power for and focus on the Diamond League final, and then just doing this afterwards is definitely a challenge.
Tomorrow, would you rather win in 59 flat or finish second in 57 flat? Are you a racer or a pacer?
Both would be nice.
But it's only
no. It's I think the half marathon is definitely something very different from what I'm used to. Obviously, I never participated in one, so time will tell. But I think it's the distance for tomorrow is celebrated with what the human body is capable of doing for 21 kilometers, and but if we're multiple people, it's going to be a race. But I'm not here to do anything else than to have fun, see what I can do. It's under different circumstances it would have been obviously different with a different approach, but it's fun to not race in spikes.
And if there's no pacing lights, by the way, there's no wave lights, that's news number one for you. If it goes out at world record pace, and I think there are paces set at that, will you go with it, or will you just stick with whoever's going the full distance?
I don't know. I think the first couple of minutes, I think most of the elite field is gonna follow the pace, and I think that's just how it goes. And I think for a lot of us, we quickly realize if it's too fast or too slow. So I'm prepared for. As I mentioned, it's gonna be a challenge, a tough race. But I think after a couple of Ks, I realize what my body can handle and what I can do. So let's do a couple of minutes first after the gun, and we'll take it from there.
A couple more questions from me, and then we'll invite questions from you. When I spoke to you at one of the Diamond Leagues in the UK a couple of years ago, you said you still get very nervous before races, all races. Are you still get very nervous before races, all races? Are you still still nervous? Are you nervous about this one, or just feeling a bit weird about the distance?
Still a couple hours still to go, and hopefully get some sleep, so can't be too nervous too early. But I get very nervous from the the lactate pain, which is, when I race, I want to, do my best. And of course, when I start to feel tired, it's something that you have to push through. And sometimes that's something to be nervous about. But still, there's different aspects of it. It's a competition. And when I stand on the start line, of course, it's going to matter to me. So that's something that I enjoy.
And winning, you've won most of the races you've done over a variety of distances. Do you ever lose the buzz of that? Does it become a relief rather than a joy? Like last night, was that a relief to get it away, or do you get the same elation from winning when you're expected to win?
I think it's definitely a mix of both. There's definitely a lot of expectations that I also have for myself, that I want to perform and I want to do what I know that I'm capable of. So of course it's a feeling of relief, but the joy of winning and also the fight that we were fortunate to have last night. A lot of great runners that show up, and we all have still great fitness in middle of September. And that fight is very giving, especially when you come out on top.
Questions from you. We do have a roving mic which needs to come to you so that it can be picked up on the live stream. So let's start at the front here. Can you say who you are, where you're from as well, please?
Joshua Hollinger, Danmarks Radio. Jakob, velkommen til København.
Tak.
Hvorfor har du valgt at løbe dit første officielle halvmarathon her i København?
Nærme hjemme. København er jo kanskje en av de nærmeste byene til der jeg bor i Norge. Så det er selvfølgelig en tilhørighet til der jeg bor. Men København er et løp jeg har fulgt med på de siste årene, og det er rask løype, stort sett gode forhold. Og så er det jo skal ikke legge skjul på at det er et tidspunkt på året som har vært aktuelt. I og med at det har vært veldig tett opp mot min sesongavslutning i flere år. I fjor var det jo nesten umulig, eller det var umulig å løse. I år en dag imellom. Så det kanskje det er flere grunner.
Det virker jo pludseligt, at du skal til at løbe halvmarathon. Hvorfor har du besluttet det?
Det er et godt spørsmål. Jeg er jo glad i konkurranser. Og det er jo litt sånn når jeg ser at andre har det gøy, så vil jo jeg også gjerne bli med. Men nei, samtidig så må man være litt realistisk og innse at man ikke kan delta på alt, alltid. Men nå passer det på en måte greit, og jeg er jo en person som er glad i å teste meg selv. Så det kommer det definitivt til å bli.
Det er jo et stærkt felt. Kan du også løbe med om sejr, tror jeg?
Om jeg kan?
Kan du vinde?
Ja, det ingen anelse.
Stemme overhovedet?
Hvis det hadde vært 500 meter, så hadde jeg vunnet. Men og 5000 hadde jeg også vunnet. Men nei, jeg vet ikke. Så det blir spennende å se. Men også hvor mye løp i går. Jeg konkurrerte jo i går. Så det er jo ikke
Go to Copenhagen.
I'm not sure when the ticket was ordered, but I think I had a bib reserved for a couple of weeks. But if I was, I had an infection a couple of weeks ago, so it's been very much uncertainty around my races. But as I've said, it's up to this point, it was all about yesterday. And from yesterday until this point, it's been about recovering. And I'm gonna go for a shakeout after, so we'll see.
And you said that you were contemplating it last year, but the Diamond League final being in Eugene, you wouldn't have been able to make it back in time from the equivalent fixtures last year, but it's been on your mind for a while.
Yeah, mostly because it's been a good match, in the schedule for just jumping in while your fitness is relatively high, even though it's a completely different fitness at this time of year, where I'm obviously been focusing on the 1500 meter for a very long time. So it's just, no, it's definitely an honor. It's I think as Scandinavians we have a good way of, we have a rivalry between us, but it's more of a brotherly rivalry where if we don't have any Norwegians, we cheer for the Danish or the Swedes, and also we are very proud of what we accomplish. Obviously, it's because sports is it's a big deal, and especially when it's a global sport, which running is. It's good to feel the support, that it's appreciated, all the hard work that we all put into it, because it's not even the 15, but especially in the half marathon, it's not. You can just wake up in the morning and decide to compete for fast times or good positions or whatever in races like that. So it takes a lot of hard work, and of course it's great to see that people are cheering for that.
Yes.
Yes. So why have you been so mysterious about this? And do the organizer feel like Santa Claus today, or because this big happening?
Well, I'm not the organiser, but I think it was always TBC, subject to how you cope with Friday, wasn't it? Your
Yeah.
participation here, so it's
100%.
Yes. So, but we have got some drips and some hints. When was the time where you decided, okay, I will go to Copenhagen?
What was the hint?
It had been on the website. It was a number 2 that was not named, and we have got some hints on different social platforms. And last night on Instagram we were there. Is it vacation or dot dot dot? So quite mysterious.
Yeah, no, it's of
Have
course
you been
it's the mystery if we even wake up in the morning. I think it's easy to take things for granted, but still it's about what I want to do, and I'm not doing things just because I have my own goals and things that I work towards, and the Diamond League final has been the main goal of the month of September. So that's your answer.
Oh, thank you.
Sorry?
sorry, yeah.
Thank you. Hello, my name's Ben, and I have a YouTube channel called Ben is Running. My question is a little bit more about the shoes. Obviously, this season you've been used to running in spikes, and tomorrow are you planning to wear an Alpha Fly or a Vapor Fly, and what's your reason behind that decision?
I would definitely like to wear the fastest shoe, and I believe that of course there's some personal preferences, but definitely the Alpha Fly is the shoe made for the event tomorrow. So I'm not gonna argue with that.
Nice, thank you very much.
Just while the microphone's moving over there, we've got a trend at the moment for challenges. So we had Mondo against Carsten over 100 metres. Is this your equivalent? I'll take on the world record holder and the world champion over half marathon.
No, definitely not. I think both of them would be far behind the competition if there was some in the 100. And maybe that's the case with me tomorrow, but maybe not. So I think we have to respect that people are working, for many years and most of their lives to be the best at something. And if that's the 100-meter, then of course it's we need to respect the people that's the best at that distance. And the same for the half marathon.
Yeah.
I read about running culture. Just as a fan of the sport of running, just want to say thank you for adding a lot of energy and jazz to the sport. It's been really needed. So as a fan of the sport first, thank you so much for what you do. My second question is, you've talked a lot about vacation, having fun, participating, but you
don't like it.
You're naturally, if you can put yourself at the starting line tomorrow, do you think you're capable of not being that same athlete that we've watched all summer? Are you capable of only participating?
No, of course not.
There you go.
So I can tell myself that lie maybe today, and when I go to bed. But of course, I'm an athlete that's very focused and concentrated on the challenges and tasks I have ahead. But still, I'm very realistic and analytic in my approach to my racing. And of course, it's I would have liked the preparations to be different, but at the same time not, because I've been using my energy for the race or leading up to the race last night, and that's my prioritizing. But still, it's definitely a big challenge with that those things considered. That it's going to be a tough race tomorrow. So, realistically speaking, it's about having fun and just showing up and challenging myself, and see if it's if there's a wall out in the course, or maybe not. So we'll see.
Thank you.
Got time for one more, I think, if anybody wants to take it down at the front here.
Det var bra. Mats, siste.
Go on, you can speak.
Nå har du en veldig bra en.
Yeah, do it.
Very good one. You are here with your brother Philip. He is a pacer, I think. What plan have you made for tomorrow?
His main goal is to keep me company for as long as possible. So we're both gonna have a good time for as long as we can.
And how far do you think you are able to keep you company?
That I don't know. Of course, that depends on the pace, but there's a good course and good conditions, and if there's we have a good time, maybe a little bit longer than we would expect. So things are good.
Thank you very much. I think we've got some one-to-ones booked, but thank you all for your attendance. We look forward to seeing you at what promises to be